It's such a good time to be here. You can see Ericeira has been pumping, maybe not the waves, but the town is full of people, and the waves are fun. So a couple of young boys in this heat, which I'm really excited to watch, actually.
Here we go, Becret in action here. So pretty soon after the fresh clock, he opens up. Beautiful looking section. Wow, really nice first turn from him. So after all that inactivity, straight down to business with a great first turn, then a softer, slopier section, which he'll deal with without putting too much into his maneuvers, just setting up, looking to bring it in to an inside bowl. He finds it right here into the lip, just tags it once and again, and releases that tail for a little bit of extra spark and fizz. The first legit one came. It was this flick. How did you enjoy the surfing from Justin?
Yeah, I loved it. It was super aggressive out the back. And I just go back to what Jacob Willcox said when he was in the booth here. He sort of got this little formula when surfing this wave. You know, you want to have something that's sort of like the wow factor out the back. It sort of goes a bit sleepy, connect the dots on this inside section. And yeah, I kind of got to echo what you say, Leo. Like, it did look slightly tentative, but however, first wave of the heat, you kind of want to make that, you want to stick it, right?
And he did go aggressive out the back, which I love that first turn. So for him was, like you said and like Jacob said, was connecting the dots, finishing this wave and getting something in the, I would say, 6 range on the board. High 5, low 6. I'm not a judge, but that's what I'm heading towards. Do you think I'm right, Paul?
Yeah. I think that's a pretty good call, mate. I mean, we're all sort of inner judges, though, aren't we? It's almost impossible to watch a heat and not come up with a number of your own. See that
was a nice first turn.
Yeah, the committed bottom turn, and he got loads of it done. Live action here. Poulos swinging a sharp blade out there himself in the water with some crisp turns on a rail. They are turns on the face. What he really wants to do is try and go to the lip. Maybe he can for a finishing section. It's pretty deep in here. He deals well with the backwash, with the spring in his step. And then very well, nicely done as he just disappears behind an umbrella. Doesn't get a completion on the inside there, but a really good read through that inside section, through the backwash. Some slicing done out the back.
So we'll have a look at the replay here. You can just see that high tide really filling in and making this wave. But these 2 turns, wow, they were so impressive. He just put so much into that. You could really see how much of that outside ray was really dug into the water there. So it got really sleepy through this section. You can see how full the ocean is, really coming up to that high tide, and he's really waiting for this section to stand up. Gets sort of a hit in the lip here, but unfortunately just tries to go a little bit too hard on that last turn, and the fins release, but there was just so much water there. But this 2 turns out the back here, this was absolute money, just beautifully timed. And then straight up into this second one here, you can really see pretty much just burying that whole half of his board in the ocean.
As we see Dimitri again showing a little bit of interest here as he made his way back out from his wave. He'll get another opportunity and he'll go into the lip with a big turn. So just turn around just to see that first spray, which wouldn't be a welcome sight from him, and it'll go a little wobbly through here. What's Dimitri got through it inside? He just kind of snaps down on the tail and waits for it to run a touch, which it does. And then a nice little flick off the top for him. Really well surfed, as Leo mentioned. At this stage of the tide, really hard to commit to the rail. He does it pretty well, and 2 numbers coming his way.
This second wave, I think he's just trying to back it up and hoping that something might happen on the inside. I don't think it'll go into his top 2 at the end of the 20 minutes that are remaining, especially since Justin is sitting at the back with priority and will be getting something much bigger. But I think just for his confidence to ride waves and get a little backup score, get back out there, take the lead, and then just wait for the next set with hopefully 2 or 3 waves in the set for him to back up his first score, which we're still waiting for that. Talking about wave choice, I think Dimitri did start on a 6.33, so the judges really enjoyed that. Backed it up with a 3, but I think he's going to try and improve on that backup by getting a little insider, sliding the tail. That was really stylish. That was really cool to see. And this wave seems like it's got a bit of push. He'll bet on that 3, I think. Definitely found the nice little insider to tag it all the way to the inside and under Justin's priority. And I think this is the west in the swell, which the wave is bending at you a little bit more than usual.
Here, Flick, what did you see on this that you liked?
Yes, super funky turn there. It's kind of like he didn't realize how far it was going to go around. He's like, I might just sit in this reverse for a little bit longer. It was pretty cool. Really put it all on the line. And I just got to echo what Leo said. This one really had good, like a good angle on it. Seemed like it was really hit the reef properly and really stood up, which allowed him to go sort of into the lip for those couple of second turns at the end there. So I liked it. I think he's going to improve on that 3 for sure. As we have a look at so the fins sort of released out the back of the wave. He almost lost it.
That was so stylish.
Yeah, it was cool.
He almost lost it, but he was in control at the same time. It was really cool to see. Got a little wobble there, but for Ribera, that's pretty standard. But here's Justin on the back. He's been sitting for a while, so hopefully his legs didn't get too stiff. And in this situation that Justin's in, he needs to wait for a good wave. Because it seems like a little bit of movement. Justin really paddling pretty hard for that wave and pulling the trigger with priority.
Here goes Becret. He needs a number here. Good first turn. He hits it hard, deals with a wobble on the bottom turn, commits the rail, just make sure he gets his board back in the bowl in order to do that. A big hit again with a bit of physical
that's a bummer.
authority, and then goes down, reaching. It was just a foam climb. Finished, the wave was running away. It wasn't loads left on, but it does just kind of maybe just take away a little bit from the impression of the wave.
Yeah, I loved it. He really attacked that first turn, released the fins. He sort of hit a bit of a funny bump here, just that sort of high tide. Yeah, a bit of a bump, but that turn there was really nice. Throws it up again. I know what you're saying. One more turn, it's sort of like, I've got the score, you know?
Exactly.
He's sort of leaving a question in the judges' minds, like, it's just not definite for me, you know? But I think those 2 turns, the first one and the last one, they were really nice. And have a look at the slow-mo, super slow-mo here of that first turn.
That was beautiful first turn.
Yeah.
I can see, honestly, on the priority that he wants to do that. Let's see on this wave if he can find the section for that.
Here he goes again, and exactly as Leo predicted, almost as if on demand, the air reverse collects it, and again goes up, the tags in. It's got beautiful flow in here, really nice from the bottom to the top.
That was good. Yeah, let's look at this replay. You just called it so perfectly, Leo. Straight up into the lip, lands that air. Gets a little bit of a bauble there, but recovers really nicely. Love that section again, and throws it up one more time, jabs it in the lip. So
that'll be interesting to see what the judges will think of that, because he did have something different that we haven't seen this morning. That little bubble right after the air could play a part into the scoring a little bit right there, but he went straight into 2 other turns.
What score are you giving it, Leo?
I think it's better than his 5.33, just because he did bring a bit of a difference to what today people have been doing. The wave was a bit smaller, and maybe it was missing that big finish. I think it'll be a high 5.
The others are waiting. Poulos isn't waiting. He'll go here. Beautiful looking, shiny, steep wave
big
at
score
the back.
for Justin.
And he's loading up here, and he'll just slice that first turn, keeping that board lively. Wow, that was really nice. Look at that huge spray from Dimitri. Again, the carve with power, with precision, with speed, and then...
I think he's getting the score. I mean, he pushed really hard in these first 3 turns. It was a beautiful wave. The wave spoke for itself, and he pushed really hard on a good-sized wave. The second turn was clean, threw a lot of spray. This third turn was a beautiful opening carve. Such a bummer that he fell off right here on a turn that I'm sure he would make 90% of the times. But he's only needing a 5.58, so I think Justin will be left at the back with priority, so very positive for him, looking for a good size score. That was some beautiful surfing. Dimitri is a young surfer that's very technical, knows where to put his board out.
Here goes Becret right behind him on a wave of his own. Puts plenty into that first opening jam. In the pocket again, just slicing. Becret with a bit of momentum in the heat now because the number's in. Justin Becret gets a 6.57. Doug Marsh will be hearing that news. He'll be scribbling that down and circling it in his pads. 5.58 the requirement. Before that, last wave of Justin.
Yeah, this is the last wave of Justin. He sort of pulled the trigger here, had a look at it, realised that he probably wasn't going to improve on either his 5.3 or the 6.57. But what's super interesting is Dimitri's wave, because that got us, all our heads were like, whoa.
Yeah.
As soon as he took off, right?
Wow, beautiful. Seems like a beautiful wave for Justin. Bit of a slow start to this wave. Is he eyeing something out on the inside? Bit of a slow start to this wave. I don't know exactly what's going to happen on the inside, but the wave quality kind of made it a bit tough for him, but he is pushing until the end and going for the air. Yeah, I think the wave quality to that kind of let him down. It was one of those waves that was slow at the start and then fast on the inside. So unfortunately, not too much scoring potential on that.
Yeah, I feel like he could sort of tell that by the moment he stood up. He's like, come on, like give me something that's going to stand up a little bit more on this outside section. Surfed it really well on the inside here. Sort of got a little bit of air under his board on that last wave. But
Becret, let's first of all check out Dimitri.
I'm wondering where Justin was on this wave, because Justin had priority and this wave had quite a bit of potential to it. I think it was one of those insiders that just stood up for him, maybe paddling back out. And he's doing really good in this heat, but he does need to complete his last turns, especially going into the...
Justin used priority just prior to this actually and rode away. We're going to get a number in for it soon. We're just having a look at the layback there. It's well surfed by him. It's a great result. We would have loved more. Nevertheless, quarters, a solid finish here on the Challenger Series. We're all wrapped up with numbers. Poulos didn't get an improvement, but either way, he was making that one through in first position.